But yeah, I think yeah, I mean, the dating game. Uh, I think with all the movements today, I think men are going to continue to improve and get better. Um, I think that there is there is a lot of men that are really just completely all in on improving and getting better, which is awesome. But I think there's a lot of men that just they don't. It still hasn't clicked for them that they uh, really need to get better in the gym. They need to get better financially. They need I think that a lot of that has not really clicked for a lot of men. It's really disappointing. It's really too bad. So hopefully, some guys can will get the message before it's too late, because that's the negative thing. Some guys are just people are getting old. You're always getting older. You're just not. I realize that now I'm a few years removed from college now. I'm like 4 years out of college. It's not. I'm not you turn 25, 26, and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm not really that young anymore. I'm starting to get older. I gotta keep getting better. I gotta keep improving. I gotta hit the gym every day. I gotta get my finances up. I gotta improve. I gotta dedicate to saying everything I can on social media platforms um, to better myself. But yeah, it is. It really is kind of crazy. The amount of options, especially that attractive women really have these days. It is kind of crazy. Um, I never really thought uh, that we would see a day where that social media would give women all these options. I don't think when Steve Jobs was creating the iPhone, I don't think he had a vision of what this could potentially do to the dating market. I think that's absolutely crazy. I don't think if someone would have said the dating game would change this much just from an invention of a thing like the iPhone, I think people would not have believed it. But the iPhone certainly has completely changed, the dating game for the amount of options women have. Uh, their inbox is just completely full with messages day in and day out. It is truly mind blowing. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about. I kind of like the debate of whether you should approach women in the gym or not. The main, I guess, what people, uh, Myron from Fresh and Fit, his whole thing about that was you should approach in the gym, or approach at a gym that's not your main gym. I think that's actually pretty good advice, um, because your main gym, you kind of can. Yeah, he talks about you kind of can disturb the peace of the gym, kind of disturb the environment of the gym. Uh, I know it does become a little weird when you do see a girl when you see a girl uh, over and over again at the gym, and just around. It does become a little bit awkward when you keep running into her. So yeah, their whole goal was to just um, you know avoid approaching at the gym. So, but yeah, I don't think. I made a video about it, and someone made the comment, all the signs have to be there. I think that's probably the best way to put it. I think that's probably the case for even if you're at your main gym, the case why you should approach uh, if you're at the gym that you frequently go to. Uh, I think that's the case for why to do it, is because if all the signs are there, you're probably you know you still might get shot down, but it's probably you know all the signs being there means that she has pretty high attraction for you, and that she's not even if she does shoot you down, then you probably know in your heart of hearts that it was, the right choice to make, and that, it might still be a little weird, but she was, she has her fingerprints on, displaying the interest as well. But yeah, I don't. So I used Bumble and Tinder a few years ago. I know some other people have. There's Hinge, OkCupid, some other dating apps. There's that one, that Sugar Daddy website. So there's a lot of different um, websites out there. Um, it's crazy how men just dominate the dating apps. There's so many more men on dating apps. It is kind of crazy. Uh, you would think that there would be quite a bit of women, since there's women make up actually about 50, well, actually a little over 50% of the world population. So it's crazy. Men just dominate dating apps, but dating apps cater to women because they know that women drive women are the driving force. um, men pursue women, so that's why the dating apps cater to women, even though men are dominating them, is because dating apps know that men want to pursue women. But yeah, I think most people regard Dan Bilzerian as one of the best guys when it comes to understanding female nature and having success with women. I thought his strategy was super interesting. In college, he would just, whenever his time he saw a super attractive girl, whether it was at a bar, grocery store, wherever, he would just go up and just start talking to her about whatever. I said sometimes they didn't want to give you the time of day. Sometimes it'd just be a casual conversation. But he said since he did that, he got a lot more comfortable with talking to women in general. So I thought that was an interesting strategy. And that was kind of the strategy I gave. If you're an average guy who, you still should be trying to self improve in the gym financially and such. But, even if you're not, then you might as well just try to you might as well just go full bore in trying to play the numbers game, because, average men, you're going to take a lot of lumps, but, if you can just approach, you're obviously going to hit. It's kind of like, playing, it's, you're eventually going to get lucky sometime. But the thing is, even if you do get a girl, are you going to maintain her? To get her, it's one thing, but to maintain her, that's another story in itself. But yeah, um, yeah, I thought that was a really cool strategy he had. Um, he did that in college. I think there was someone that commented on a YouTube video that knew him in college, um, and was like with him when he was doing all these approaches. I thought that was interesting. That'd be interesting to be alongside him. It sounds like he was just at times was arrogant about it. I think the number one thing um, why it really helped him get rid of his ego, because I think that's where I still struggle. I think that's where a lot of guys go wrong, is their ego gets them in the way of, with a lot of women. Because say you see an attractive girl and she's kind of being, she's maybe looking at you a little bit, but she's kind of being dismissive at the same time. Now, likely that would be in a rejection, but a lot of guys in their mind would be like, I don't want to even approach. I don't even want to risk the rejection, because she's cute, but she's not that cute. So, you can help yourself sleep at night by saying, she's not even really that cute. So I think that's how a lot of guys I think that's how the ego's in the way. Saying, if doing the Dan Bilzerian strategy, you got to get rid of ego pretty quickly, because if you have an ego, that's going to really it's going to really be tough on you. That's going to really, really get you angry. It's really going to get you frustrated at times, and it's really going to be a Debbie Downer, or it's going to make really approaching at times a living hell. So, but everyone has their strategy. Some guys actually just do like playing the dating app, like just doing the dating app thing. It can really work, honestly. I'd say the number one thing to do if you're going to get a dating app is get professional pictures. Get a professional photographer, take some professional photos. I think that's absolutely key to having success on dating apps, because you have professional pictures. It stands out, and it's certainly a way to even if like you're not the best looking guy, a professional photo of you doing fun things in you in Arizona, you with next to a nice car, you with another a girl who's maybe she's just your friend but she's attractive. It's just that's how you can create intrigue for dating apps. But yeah, that's the thing about social media. You could be broke, but if you go to be like the Lil Dicky music video, Save That Money, you could go to some rich people's houses, go outside them, take some pictures, go next to nice cars, take some pictures. Now, obviously, if you got in a relationship with this girl, you couldn't really fake it in the relationship. She would, eventually find out you were broke, but you could at least, put on that persona online that you have some money, and maybe you could get a date, maybe you can get a hangout at least once or twice. So yeah, that's how social media, you can kind of paint a picture that you're, someone else. And that's the thing. Some there's a debate. Should you lie to girls? And there's a lot of, there's guys that they say that yeah, you should lie. I mean, if as competitive it is, you should do something that gives you a competitive edge. So why not lie? I personally, when I was picking up, I pretty much never lied. There's a couple times. I mean, a couple times, but it was more just like kind of just being stupid, being silly, like a little bit of stretch to truth, sarcasm. So, but yeah, should you lie? I mean, I think if you do, I think you can't say something that's completely untrue. But yeah, you can say some things that are a little bit stretched truth. Like you could say, I don't know, if you're a guy that's 5'11", you can tell her you're 6'1". I think an average shorter girl is not going to know the difference, to be honest. And that's the thing about height. I don't think a lot of guys are like, I'm 5'10", 5'11", but if you find a girl who's like average height or shorter, she's not really, you're still going to be a lot taller than her. See, the average height of a woman's 5'4", 5'5". I mean, if you're 5'10", that's 5 inches taller. 5'11", that's 5-6 inches taller than an average woman. So especially if you find a shorter woman that's 5'2", 5'3", and you're 5'10", it's a good 8 inches taller than her. So